glass of craft beer, we can do this.
What's good, y'all? This is C-Certified Brewhead, and welcome to another edition of Beer Mail here on BAOS. This evening, we have a fantastic sample pack from our mates at Muskoka Brewery in Ontario. This is a survival sampler, and we're going to run through that while we're talking about how to survive. See what I did there? How to survive the summer in the balance between health and beer consumption. So just before I get into it, check out the merch made lit. Link in the description. Right now you can cop merch. I copped some myself. It's from a company that does one-off printing and drop shipping, so we don't have stock here, but order that stuff there. They print it, send it. I got the tee, got a tank for the festivals, got a little hoodie, got a hat coming as well. We got a hat design, so check that out. Shit is fire. So Muskoka's Survival Sample has 6 beers. How the fuck do you open this? Now the 6 beers in here, they're craft lager, Detour India Session Ale, which is a classic. I love that one. The one that I haven't had is their Camp Out Pilsner. Looking forward to that. Love a crispy boy. Their Summer Weiss Tropical Wheat, which I remember having that back in the day in like bottles, like the big 750 pop top bottles, which is fun. The Ebb and Flow Session Sour and the Cream Ale. So, for the sake of brevity, I'm going to review just a couple of these beers. I think I'm going to start out with the new one, the Camp Out Pils, which is this bad boy. Yeah, so this is a unfiltered dry hop Pilsner. Yeah, with Moteca from their Moonlight Kettle series, which is super dope. 4.9%. The Moonlight Kettle is kind of like, from memory, like a bunch of like kind of special one-off releases, branded glassware, and they have some real fun stuff. So they do like their Hazy IPA, which we did a 1-minute beer review from. That was amazing. Like, honestly, really, really good. They have a bunch of fun stuff they do there, which I quite enjoy. So, unfiltered Pilsner. Smells lovely. Nice head. Mate, get in here. Oh, that's fantastic. Crisp, fruity as hell, super tropical. The Moteca hop is a great, great hop. I wouldn't have picked it if I had had it by itself, that it was a Moteca hop, but this is lit. Balanced, touch bitter, malty, bready, super crisp. It's fantastic. So, a few of our friends have been, it's become a bit of a topic, and our friends have been talking about it a lot online. Our friends at Hops and Bros recently did a video about balance, lifestyle balance with beer and exercise and stuff. Our friends at Crowns and Hops, go check both these guys out, are doing a challenge right now, Summer Beer Body Challenge, to just get people aware that, like, you know what, like, I don't know about y'all, but like, I was a skinny dude my whole life. Put on some weight with a personal trainer maybe a decade ago, kind of like maintained it. Never, always had a lot of problem putting on, like, I put on size, but not weight. I've always had just, being pretty skinny, my brother is too. But over the last 2 years, I've noticed with the increase in beer consumption, it's like all of a sudden, like, boom. And I work out mostly pretty regularly. It just hit me. So I've been sort of pretty conscious about it. I've been feeling kind of gross about it, not enjoying how this is going. Never thought I would let this happen to myself. So to hear Crowns of Hops and Hops and Bros talk about this type of stuff is fantastic. And it's, I think it's a really important conversation. It's really just like balance. Like, beer is fantastic. It's a part of our lives, part of a lot of, if you're watching this, it's clearly a part of your life. So how can we all balance the beer so that it complements our life and maybe doesn't take it over? So next up, we have the craft lager. I feel like, you know what, let's do it up. This is a 4.8, probably should have done this first in hindsight, 4.8% lager, unfiltered as well. Had this at, funny enough, at Scott and Rochelle's wedding rehearsal dinner, which was lovely, and I quite enjoyed it. So how do we balance it? So a few things is what I've been doing anyway, and like, I'm far from a professional with regard to balance, but because this is essentially sugar and carbs, is to reduce my sugar and carb intake elsewhere. Speaking of that, smells malty, a little bit opaque. Get it in ya. Solid. It's not as sharp as, say, the pills. As far as the carb, I would have liked it a little bit sharper. It's probably a bit of a dampener because that one is so tropical, and now this is just like a straight up lager, so it's probably, like I said, a bit unfair. Goes down a treat though. Bready, malty, crisp. I mean, everything you could sort of want from a craft lager. It's not my favorite craft lager, but like, I quite enjoy how this goes down. It's every time I've had it, I'm like, yeah, solid. If it's like you want a crispy boy and it's on tap at a pub, which they are in a lot of pubs, mate, you can't really go wrong at all. So I reduced my carb and sugar intake for the most part. So Tiff and I, we don't purchase bread, rice, any grains, cereal, none of that stuff. We essentially live Tiff is mostly on the ketogenic diet, which is, it was high fat, almost no carbs, at 20 grams of carbs a day. What I'm doing is, I would say I'm on a low carb diet. No carbs in the morning, no carbs for dinner either. We would always have, for breakfast, it'd be like breakfast sausages and which I believe if I have any carbs in it, it'd be very, very minimal. And eggs and stuff like that, and some fish. For dinner, it'd be, say, something like a protein, like a meat and like vegetables or a salad. Once again, minimal carbs in those things. We don't have like a side of rice or sandwiches or any of that stuff at all. The only thing that I mess up on, I have a bit of a sweet tooth. So I usually we have a coffee in the afternoon. So I usually like to have like some cookies and stuff with that. Bit of a fan. Can't shake that one. But that's how I manage the beer to fit it in, I guess, into a bit more of a balanced diet. Next up is their Summer Weiss Tropical Wheat Ale. I haven't had this for a long time. 5.3%. It's the summer joint, as the name suggests. I think when I would have had this, I'm not even really much of a fan of wheat beers these days, but because it's a summer beer, we're finally coming into summer. It seems pretty relevant to talk about it. Nice and hazy, great color, dang. I like that they moved it into cans too. Definitely a lot more simpler for people to cop. Perfect balance of passion fruit and mango. Damn, does it actually have that? Shit, passion fruit and mango in it? I didn't know that. Litty. Oh, it's great. Smells fruity. Get in ya. Yo! Alright, I was being a hater. That is sick. To be honest, I always get confused, which is just a sessionable wheat beer. I just haven't liked wheat beers at all, but maybe because it doesn't taste like a wheat beer. It tastes like a mango passion fruit sex bomb. Oh, that's glorious. Oh, I love that. It's just super fruity. There's no like coriander or clove or phenolic sort of vibes to it. Maybe that's not even part of a wheat beer, but I put all of those type of beers in one family in my head, which kind of turns me off. Oh, that's fantastic. This is totally what's up with summer. Yo, very impressed. That's great. So that's the diet side of it. The other side, as far as balance. So what I've been trying to do, I'll drink. I didn't drink, say, last night. I'll drink tonight. I'll drink tomorrow night, and then I'll take. It's Friday right now. And then I'll take Sunday off, maybe Monday off. So I usually go 1 to 2 on, 1 to 2 off, all depending on how I'm feeling. And I found that that's a lot easier to balance for me. Because of the way I have to drink for the videos and the podcast stuff or whatever, I'm sort of like forced to a degree to consume this stuff, particularly when it's beers that might die, and if I don't do them soon, then it's a kind of a waste. So I sort of have to drink more than the average person. So that's probably why this is happening to me. So that's why I'm trying to reduce it with the lack of carbs and sugar as much as possible. Just unless I go out, I'm a little bit more like, fuck it, I'll just, have whatever I feel like and don't restrict myself. But at home, if we're here and I can control it, that's what I do. And as far as exercise, I generally, Tiff and I, within the last week or so, since the weather became reasonable, we've walked 5+ kilometers a day. Everywhere we go, we're just walking. We're in a great neighborhood for that, but still, we're just making sure we're walking everywhere. We have a gym in the building, so often on the off days, Tiff goes in the morning. I usually try and go in the afternoons and just do some weights, a little bit on the treadmill, but I don't go a lot of carbs. There's also a sauna in the building. I use a sauna every single day for maybe 30 minutes or so, maybe more. Trying to sweat everything out, and I just find that makes me feel better. But definitely sort of being conscious of being active. So I think basically the balance between reducing carbs and sugars to keep, the beers are the carbs and sugars for as much as possible. Balance between how often you're drinking and also keeping active. And I think between those three things, it should really help us all sort of keep all this nonsense in check. So it's an interesting time, and I got a feeling a lot of y'all can sympathize and empathize with that, because for the response that I saw for Hops and Bros video and for the Crowns and Hops summer beer body campaign, mad people are affected by this. It's something that I think as a community we really should be talking about, and it's really, really important. So let us know what you guys think. Hit us in the comments. Let us know what you guys are doing to balance your consumption, and whether it's cutting it down or cutting food or exercising more, whatever you're doing. Let me know. Love to do it, because we can all share ideas and get inspired and keep each other accountable as well, making sure we're taking care of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you check out the Muskoka Survival Pack if you're in Ontario. It's a seriously great pack. I don't know what it's worth, but there's 6 beers here, a great sort of variety from it's all light crushable stuff. That's the point of the summer thing, from these fruity ass summer beers, wicked crispy boys, crushable sours, even the Detour, super fruity, low ABV, session India Pale Ale. So, some really, really great stuff, guys. So that's it. If you enjoyed the episode, boom, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell so you know when the new drops. Follow us on social media at BAOS Podcast. Check out the long form audio. Always got some fire podcasts coming. That is it, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. And as always, get it in ya.